we can obviously see there's a problem in the camp, a massive problem in the camp, and the club support, obviously, by giving Pep a new contract, the club support Pep. I don't think the players are playing for him.
I've had £1 for every single time I've been to Villa Park. I might be a rich man, but here we are again at Villa Park. You know, memories of FA Youth Cup final years and years ago, or that semi-final in the FA Cup back in 1981 when Paul Power scored that goal and I gashed my leg on the wooden seats, all come flooding back. But it's a different Manchester City, it's a different Aston Villa, it's a different football world that we're in now. And what will today bring? Obviously City come here not in the best of form. To be fair, neither are Villa. I've been speaking to a few Villa fans before I walked up to the ground, and they're not that confident either. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens today. But as ever, I'm very grateful to Timpson for supporting the work that I do, and to Amar Development UK, who also support us of the work that I do. And I'm just currently having something framed by M&M Artwork and Mirrors, so not only are they supporting what I do, but they do great work too, so thanks to them. In the meantime, let's see who I meet here today and see what the mood is among City fans. Are they expecting defeat? Are they optimistic of a U-turn? Are City in crisis? Of course they're not. Let's see what the mood is today.
A blip for me in the current circumstances. It's certainly not a crisis, that's for all. I mean, listen, if we would never won another game under this manager, I wouldn't bat an eyelid. What we've seen and what he's given us these last 6 or 7 years, you can look at it and try and pick holes in what's going on, but it's a number of things really. Players have aged. Premier League's a cruel league. They can sort of seem age overnight in the Premier League, and maybe we've got 3 or 4 that's happened to. A few are out of form as well. You put that together, they're missing the Rodri. It's a lot to come at once, but it will change. They're not going anywhere, that's for sure. So I've come here today and I'm quite relaxed. Normally we might need a win to go top, and we're all under, but this is, you know, and it's football. It's the Christmas season. It's football. It's the away day. You know, there is more important things than football. There really is, Ian. I know, you know, we've been going years and we enjoy the results, mean everything to us. They affect how our week is, but you know, you're just looking on social media this last few weeks, there's a lot of old school blues who've passed away. Lads, Tommy Muir, Hadge, not that I knew them personally, but from a young man going away from home at 14, 15, you didn't know them, but they'd give you a nod or a wink to check you're okay and make sure you got out the ground and told you where you needed to go. And them faces are, you know, getting less and less. It's only football at the end of the day, but you know, we want to win today, of course we do, but crisis, it's not a crisis, is it? It's a blip.
I'm about to do a piece on, I mean obviously by the time people watch this will have all happened, but I'm about to do a piece on TNT Sports, and I know they're going to say to me, is Pep under pressure and what has been the reason for all this? And they'll want a one sentence answer. Yeah. You've already eloquently said it's a lot of things, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I don't think
at
Pep's
once
under
as
pressure,
well.
is it?
You know, let me look at Phil Foden. We love him. He's only young. Of course he's young. I think they'd be referring to him as he'd be young for the next 20 years. But you know, he's played a lot of football at a high level for a young man. You know, he's only human at the end of the day. They're all only human. So it's all them things at once. But you know, it will come again. I'm not confident today. I don't think we've got the legs. I mean, but having said that, we lost here in December the 6th last year, 1-0. We didn't lose a game again for the rest of the season in the Premier League. But I can't see that happening. But why couldn't it? But will he strengthen in January? I don't know. Was it Pep's contract? Is he not? Did they not, you know, progress because of that? Doesn't really matter. We're just living a fantastic life as a City fan, aren't we? Win or lose, support the Blues.
To me, the injuries are killing us. This week, we've got a few back, and all of a sudden Diaz is out again. It's killing us. That's the only thing. When we get the injuries back, we'll be all right. Just get behind the side, keep supporting them, we'll be all right.
So the people who are talking about this as a crisis and something that's been, you disagree with that?
I disagree in a way because it's the injuries that are killing us. People can't see that, they're blind. They're blind, it's killing us.
Given that we're where we are,
yeah.
Are you optimistic today then?
Yeah, there's a few back. I think we'll get some here today. I really do. Honestly, I do. Have faith. Have the faith. Stick with them. We've had worse times, lads. There's an old man saying it, I know, but we've had worse times. You young guns, get behind them.
It's a tough moment. it's evident, and I guess we had to deal with it, and just waiting for this moment to pass, and believe in Pep. So I'm sure that we will overcome this moment, and we will fight back for the title again, starting from today. Yeah.
So you still think City are in the title race this year, or are you thinking beyond that?
It's a long way to go until the season and until the season finale. So I think maybe there's a little bit of chance of City to go for the title this year. But even if we don't go for the title, I mean, it's fine. Just being fans and support the team, it's enough. Especially this time.
I was there in Vienna when we beat Gornik Zabrze. I ran on the pitch with Stuart Gibson, who was Stan Gibson's son, the groundsman. I went to Tommy Booth, asked him could I have his shirt, gave me his shirt, went back into the crowd and Stuart says, oh, we've been invited to the players' do later after the game. I said, how can we go? I said, we're absolutely soaked. You know what I mean? So
there were only about 4,000 there that day, weren't there?
It would have meant me going back to the hotel, getting changed. So I was quite happy that I got a Tommy Booth shirt. Then over the years, my dad was quite friendly with Malcolm Allison. So he took the shirt to Malcolm Allison and asked him if he could get all the players to sign it. So he got it signed. I put it in a big frame. But then it was like, where do I put it? So I went to the club and I said, I have Tommy Booth's shirt from the 1969 European Cup Winners' Cup final. I would like to give it to the club now and in the museum. It's signed by everybody. And they put it in the museum now and there. It's for everybody to see. So, and even in them days, we weren't a great team. We've had 4 good years now. People should be happy what we've had in the last 4 years or 5 years, or then 8 years with Pep. You know, because there's always going to be days where we were going to struggle, and we are struggling a little bit now. But we also have to look at the, you know, injuries. You know, people say, oh well, you know, and like you say about the charges, other charges also there and thereabouts that players are thinking, oh yeah, we might not be here next year, we might be somewhere else. But us as fans, we've had the bad days, we've had the good days, just enjoy it now and, you know, keep supporting the Blues. That's my motto. Good or bad, support them every day. And that's my thing. You know, you have these people that say, oh, well, they're crap. And yes, but they are crap, but so what? You're still City fans. Support them till you die. That's it. End of the end.
So obviously you actually live in the Manchester area, but you work for Aston Villa.
Yeah.
What's the mood down here? Are they expecting City to be beatable today?
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be a tough game, like it always is with Man City. We've had a really strong home form, a little bit mixed away, and it's a big game for us as it is Man City. They've been on a bad run, and you know we'll be hoping that we can start the game well. Hopefully get ourselves in front and see what happens. But when you play Man City, you're always in for a tough game. So we'll have to be at our best to try and get something from the game. But at Villa Park, with the crowd behind us and you know the players playing the way they are at home, then we've got a great chance.
And Villa, their form has been a little bit up and down too, hasn't it?
Yeah, especially away from home. At home we've been fairly strong. I think Arsenal was the game we lost first game of the season at home, but other than that we're unbeaten. So they'll have to take that confidence and hopefully the form and listen, whatever happens in the game, it generally comes down to who will take the chances in the end, and hopefully it's us. But I'm sure we're in for a great game for sure.
Hello, I'm Jules Reach from TNT Sports. Nice to see you.
And of course TNT Sports are covering the game,
Yeah.
and it's got an extra edge because of what City are going through and what Villa are going through.
Yeah.
As a journalist, analyst, it must make it even more interesting and harder to predict this game, isn't it?
It is really hard to predict, but I was fortunate to sit down with Pep Guardiola yesterday for about 15 minutes and try and get into his head of sort of how he's feeling, how he's kind of handling what for him has been a completely different period at Manchester City to what he's used to. And it was really interesting because he seems really defiant. He seems like he doesn't know the answers right now, but he's certainly trying to find a way to turn things around. So who knows what will happen today, because obviously this time last year City came here and Unai Emery performed a masterclass in tactics to get the victory over Man City. So I can't call it, we'll see what happens.
I mean, Pep's a genius, and I think if you ask any proper City fan, what he's given to the club, the success, the football we've watched, means he's untouchable. He's not going to get sacked by the club, we don't want him out. But he himself, if it continues on like this, might decide that it's time for him to go. That we can't predict. But he's a god to us.
Guys, thank you very much. We really appreciate the time talking to us.
So I think it's a mentality thing. I think we need to get over this dip that we're having. I think the coach needs to get over it. Our players need to get over it. We've got the quality. We'll do it. We'll get a result. We'll get some points in the bag. We'll move on to the next one game at a time. Come on, City. Come on, City.
He's made some changes. Let's see what happens. I mean, Harder needs a goal. Villa have been tough away recently. If we come in today, get up to third, Arsenal lose. Well, I don't know. After that United game, I'm still sad. I'm still sad about that game.
Seeing the changes, I think we need a bit more pace in the team. We would have played out of Doko Savio. We'll see how it goes defensively. But yeah, I think it's going to be. I'll wait for a 1-1 result.
Aston Villa 1, Manchester City 0.
We're too slow. We've not got any pace in the team. And that one ball that they threw in the middle, that was it. We conceded. Speechless. When's this going to end?
Next season, that's the main thing. See what it is. Enjoy the race, home and away. We go out, we enjoy it. It don't matter. Good class.
Scored too late. Typical City, proceeding first, but you know, there's nothing happening. It's just gutted, heartbroken.
That wasn't good today, was it?
No. It's awful performance. Really bad performance. There's no creativity. Nothing was going on. I feel like we just need something. We need something new. Why? I don't know what we're gonna do. It's not working for us. Come on, City.
Tough one, isn't it? Following City 40 odd years, 50 years, and we'll keep going. I mean, I just thought they're struggling, running out of ideas. I thought we really lacked a leader out there today. That was the concern for me. I just didn't see anybody taking it. But look, we go again. We'll be there at Leicester.
I mean, I watched that game and I genuinely thought that was probably City's worst performance this season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I know it's 2-1.
It's just running out of ideas, isn't it? It's tough. It's a tough watch, but we'll be back. We'll be all right. Go on, City.
We can obviously see there's a problem in the camp, a massive problem in the camp, and the club support, obviously, by giving Pep a new contract, the club support Pep. I don't think the players are playing for him anymore, if I'm honest. I think you've got your old guard that are there, and then there's other players that obviously aren't pulling the weight. I think today you saw, for me personally, and I'm not getting on his back just because the way that the fans are, but Kyle Walker today not coming over to the fans. That distance, you got your Fodens, your Bernardos, your Stephens, the players you know give a shit, pardon my French, will come over and say, Walker was straight down the tunnel. That's not good enough. He's meant to be our club captain, and he's not leading. He's not leading by example. He's not holding his own performances accountable. He's still doing his podcast, which I find infuriating. His focus isn't on the football, and I don't know how he can captain the club when he's not putting it on the pitch. And I'm not using him as a scapegoat. There's 11 players on that pitch that should all be pulling their weight. I get that, but as club captain, you should be leading your other players, your youngsters. You know, the players that are finding it a bit of form and have never come against this before. That he should be leading them, and he's not. Gundogan, I love him to bits, and when he came back, I loved that. but he's not the player he was when he left, and everyone knows that. And I never thought he was brought in to replace Rodri. He was never brought in to cover Rodri. He was brought in to influence the youth. He was brought in to bring that bit of experience. But he's not got it. He's not got it. And therefore, for me, I would play the youth. Give McAtee, give Riley that opportunity to express themselves. It looks like the league's gone. It looks like the league's gone. It looks like the Champions League's gone, which is fine. But we need to focus on the next step, and we need to bring in those players. So if we're going to do it, we need to do it now. Prepare them now, and get involved. Because it looks to me like none of those players out there today gave a toss. Like, you got the odd one giving it the old clapping and coming giving the shirt. But for me, it's reflective of how they're playing over the 90 minutes. And for me, it's nowhere near what it needs to be. And we can't win. No one's saying we should automatically win 5 in a row. It doesn't happen. But the effort has to be there, and the effort is what's lacking. It's not the performance, it's not the results, it's the effort. And for me, for the whole squad, and Pep, and the team, not good enough. Not good enough. And it needs to step that up. I don't care. I will happily get beat every week if I feel that we're putting in 100% effort. I'll take that on the chin. We've been there, haven't we? You know, we've seen it for years and years, not being good enough and just trying it. That's not that. That's not that. That is not giving a shit and earning a wage and then trying to pass it off as being, we're just low in confidence. I'm sorry, but that doesn't cut it. You go this long without performing that well and not having results. And last week was a prime example where you're winning a derby and you lose it in those circumstances. For me, shows. Some might say, lack of confidence, but it's also a lack of effort and a lack of just commitment, and that for me isn't good enough. It needs to be fixed.
In truth, I think 2-1 scoreline flattered City today. I mean, at times they were walking around in that game, and nobody expects City to win everything all the time, as the fans have been saying, those two fans after the game. But that wasn't a great City performance. Come on, let's get that right. And even Villa, and this isn't anti-Villa, I don't think even Villa played that well, really. But another defeat on the road. Clive Allen's the guest on my audio podcast this week. We'll be dissecting this game. But either way, have a great Christmas. And I'll see you on Boxing Day at the Everton game. If you're down there, come and say hello. And thanks very much for watching. And no matter what life throws at me, because I've watched the team all through the divisions and all through the bad times and now through the great times and now having a bit of a bad time again, it's still great to be a Blue. Always is.